Welcome to the Next Game Primer, live at the Hub in the center of the Penn State campus, joined by Coach Lewis Preston. Coach, we've got a few visitors with us, a new location for us. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Now, first of all, I appreciate you guys coming out and being supportive, and looking forward to everybody getting out tomorrow night here at 7 o'clock.
All right, let's get into the Gophers. 17-8 team, a couple injuries, a transfer. They play a big lineup. What type of challenges is it when you've got a lineup of 6'11", 6'10", 6'8", 6'7", and 6'4"?
I think the biggest challenge for us is going to be rebounding. You know, the great thing, they lead the league in rebounding. They lead the league in offensive rebounding. They're just under 14 a game. So we've got to keep them off the glass. And then with them, you know, having that size, being able to get out in transition for us offensively and looking to run.
Yeah, how critical is that with keeping them moving at all times, getting into the paints and kicking and whatnot? Talk about that.
You know, I think the thing with us is with the two small guards, and then, you know, with the way having Jeff back, and then DJ knocking down shots, and then Drew, you know, manning the glass. You know, we got to push it up in transition. We got to, you know, penetrate the kick, keep moving them around a little bit, and then when we have good available shots, that we're taking good available shots and really executing our offensive game plan.
Let's get into a little bit of personnel. Blake Hoffarber, a guy that feels like he's been there forever, playing the point guard spot now. A little bit different role for him than he's used to, but he's still knocking down a lot of shots from the outside.
Right. You know, I think the great thing about him is he has the quickest release in the Big Ten, one of the quickest releases in the country. Being a lefty, I think he does pose some different challenges. I think he's done a very good job of stepping up and running the point for them, and I think even more importantly, I think he's kind of been an anchor for their team when they went through losing 4 straight and coming back and beating Iowa on Sunday.
Trevor Mbakwe, 6'8" forwards, averaging a double-double for the season at 24 points on Sunday against Iowa. What type of player is he?
You know what? He's great from really 15 feet and in. He's really a monster on the glass. Really understands what his role is, and that's the reason why he's leading the league in rebounding right now and averaging just about 4 offensive rebounds a game.
Then you go inside with Ralph Sampson and Colton Iverson, 2 big bodies, also good rebounders. Can you talk about those two? You
know, I think Ralph Sampson might be one of, if not the best passing big man in our league. Very skilled, can, you know, basically make moves over both shoulders underneath. And Iverson's, you know, an opposite of him, you know, 6'10", 260, very physical, you know, likes to play over his left shoulder, but also at the same time, he's a pretty good passing big man as well. So not only do they have size and good strength, they're also good skilled players.
Now, do you expect them to play zone?
I do expect them to play zone, and we might see a variety of different changing defenses from them, whether it's zone, whether it's picking us up full court and doing a variety of different things. So we got to, first and most importantly, take care of the basketball, be strong with the basketball, and the second thing is we got to execute our offense.
Coach Tuchella said something interesting yesterday at his press conference, saying that every game in the month of February is like an NCAA tournament game. So what is the approach tomorrow night for the team?
The approach is very simple. We got to go out and play with great energy, great effort. We've got to take and eliminate some of the careless turnovers that we've had in the past couple games. And the most important thing, we got to make shots.
Talk about how important these guys are tomorrow night. Home game, 7 o'clock on national TV. You got the Nittany Nation ready to go. Can you talk about that?
First of all, I just want to say, you know, once again, thank you guys, Nittany Nation. But to all the students, all the fans, we need you to come into the BJC tomorrow at 7 and have the place rocking, because it's going to be a great environment.
Couple keys to the game. I can expect what number 1 will be, but go ahead.
Tony, I haven't changed my keys. I won't change it, except I'm flip-flopping one. Rebound is going to be the most important thing for tomorrow night. And the second thing, we got to get back in transition and try to make them a half-court team. And with making them a half-court team, once again, we got to have all 5 guys blocking out. So rebounding, transition, and rebounding again.
When you look at rebounding against a team with this size, what do you do as a player, say a Tim Frazier, a Talor Battle, who's guarding a Rodney Williams guy who's 6'7"? What do you do to keep them off the glass?
Just keep your body between him and the basket, plain and simple. It might be one to where Talor and Tim can't get the basketball, but Rodney Williams, Austin Hollins, even Blake Hoffarber, Chip Armelin, you know, Maverick Anamisi, when they come in, they can't get the ball either.
Coach, we greatly appreciate your time. Best of luck tomorrow night against the Gophers.
Hey, appreciate it, Tony.
Welcome back to another special edition of the Next Game Primer leading up to the Minnesota clash tomorrow night. We're joined by senior guard Talor Battle. Talor, first of all, I want to just wish you congratulations on the 2,000 points. I know you're not a big stat guy, but it's a great honor, and congratulations for that.
Thank you, thank you. I credit my teammates for helping my coaching staff get me there, and it's a great accomplishment, but my main focus is winning games.
And why is that? You've mentioned that several times throughout this process. What is it about your nature that really emphasizes wins over all these numbers?
Just a simple fact that, I've never had the opportunity to play in the NCAA tournament, along with the guys, the rest of the guys on the team, and that's where we want to end up, and regardless of my individual statistics, none of that is getting us there, it's just wins. Hopefully we can, go on a little hot streak here at the end and get into the tournament.
Yeah, you touched on the NCAA tournament. Coach DeChellis made an interesting comment yesterday saying that every game in February is like an NCAA tournament game. So how is the team approaching tomorrow night against Minnesota?
It's a big game. It's the most important game because it's our next game. For us to, we got to go one game at a time. And the first game is home against Minnesota. I think we take care of that one, then we worry about the next game. We don't want to look too far down the line. Just one game at a time, and we should be fine.
When you look at Minnesota and their size, does it present a bit of a difficult matchup for you and Tim Frazier as guards when they go with their big lineup like they did on Sunday against Iowa?
I don't know if you're referring to defensive end or offensive end.
Defensive end.
Defensive end, yeah. We watching film and they I'll be guarding Rodney Williams. He starts at the 2, and they like to post him. He's 6'7". So you really just got to fight, and compete, and, I think we'll be fine.
But on the offensive end, they have a mismatch, and do you feel like you can use your speed and athleticism, you and Tim Frazier, to penetrate and kick out a little more than usual?
Definitely, but, what we've been noticing that they've been playing a lot of zone, with those big guys in the back. So, if we catch the ball in the low corners, we're going to try to shot fake and drive, either Colton Iverson or, Mbakwe or Sampson, whoever's down there. So, but at the same time is when we get in the lane, the trees, so you got to shot fake or drive to look the kick.
How difficult is that to stay disciplined as a guard?
With the experience, it's not that bad. 4 years to keep doing the thing over and over, you kind of get used to it. So, it's important. Like I said, make sure when you're going in there, you're shot faking, or looking to kick, or you keep trying to test the trees. You're gonna get blocked a lot, and they lead the conference in block shots. So you got to be real careful going in there and just trying to lay the ball in.
You touched about the experience. Is it funny playing a guy like Blake Hoffarber, 7, 8 times now at this point in your career? Are you finding that as you go along that you really know these guys' games in and out?
It's just funny because everyone I talk to, just like, well, I feel like Blake Hoffarber has been there for like 6 years. I'm like, so what are you saying about me? Because he came in the same time. So, but it's cool, playing against those guys and, for, like you said, the 7th, 8th, 9th time, depending if we played in the Big Ten tournament. But, it's cool, and it's our last time, these last 2 games against Minnesota where we're playing against each other, so, I look forward to it.
Has it hit you that you only have 5 more opportunities to play in a regular season game, and is there a little added motivation with that fact over your head?
It hit me, definitely. At the same time, we still, have a goal that we're trying to accomplish. And like I said, I don't want to look too far down the line. It's just a 1-game season right now, and we take each game one game at a time.
Give me a couple keys to tomorrow night's game. What do you need to do to come away with a victory?
Most importantly, we need to rebound, because they definitely have the size advantage. We need to get back in transition. Like I said, one of the most important things when we drive to the lane, we need to shot fake and try to draw contact, or drive and kick instead of getting shots blocked and allowing them to go to that lane.
All right, Talor, we greatly appreciate your time, and again, congratulations on your career.
All right, thank you.
Joined by Penn State basketball marketing manager Loren Crispell. Loren, what do we have going on Thursday night for the Minnesota game?
Tony, it's a big night, obviously an important game for the Nittany Lions. Great student promotions on Thursday night. First of all, Dollar Dog Night. Those 3 words resonate all over campus. It's always fun to watch the students go up to the concourse, come back down with armfuls of hot dogs. So Dollar Dog Night Thursday night. Also a Battle of East Halls. This is targeted mainly at our freshmen over there in all the East Halls, 14 dormitories. What you do is you come out Thursday night, get in on the concourse, register for your dorm outside Portal 31 on the concourse, and as soon as you do that, you're entered to win some great prizes, including an iPod Touch, a Nintendo Wii, and also a Flip Video. And all the students that participate Thursday night, Tony, are entered to win free fall semester books courtesy of the Penn State Bookstore. So great reasons to come out. And finally, at halftime, we have a live performance by Nittany Lion football sophomore Mike Wallace. As you know, Mike's part of a group called Primary Element, a great performing artist. He will be performing his Thon song that he wrote for Dance Marathon at halftime Thursday night. So it's a big game, Dollar Dog Night. Freshmen come out, win some great prizes. What more can you ask for?
We look forward to Thursday night and seeing you there. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Tony.